Hello, hello. I think we are live. I'm just waiting for the green signal. I think we're almost good to go. I'll just let a few more people come in as I'm going to cut this part anyway in a little bit. All right, guys, I think we're ready to go. So welcome to the 68th Crypto Trading Signals live stream. My name is Alex Winkler, and yeah, let's get started. So this is the Monday crypto watch list overview. So we're going to check the markets a little bit. In the past, I used to do my trading recaps, but you guys can see that all in real time on the website. And then I'll take snippets of those trades and make some overview trades, such as overview videos where I go through lessons or some, really specific topics where I like to, I guess, review those trades and then pick some specific lessons out of them so I can kind of compile a helpful little review video. So first of all, guys, I appreciate you taking the time, really making the time to study, learn the charts, check out the charts, and learn what it takes to grow your portfolio. So nice work on that one. And also, if you guys have not already, check out that link below. It should be in the first video description, the first or second line. There's a link to our new Facebook group, the Trade Journal. So I'm going to post a lot of the trades there as well, and just any sort of news or alerts or something like that. And if you guys have any trades to post there, your entries, exits, your trading thesis, why you want to enter and exit a trade, if it's a day trade, swing trade, investment trade, really anything, definitely post it there. If it's crypto or stock related, I don't really do options or anything like that, or Forex, but if you want to post anything like that, feel free to do it. I think it's always really interesting, but this is definitely going to be primarily crypto and stock trading. So a bit more stocks are coming up soon, and actually later on in this video, I'm going to have, right after this video, I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible, because in about an hour, so about probably 45 minutes after this video ends, I'm going to get ready for another live stream where I want to do the record the market open. I love watching traders trade the market open, and I want to do my own live stream for it. I'm not sure if it's going to be something I do consistently. I haven't really decided that yet, but who knows, we'll see. So if you're interested in checking that out, it's going to be like the next video right after this one. So let's just focus on the market for this one. First of all, let's just go. What are we looking at right now? We're looking at Ethereum, and before we get started, I want to kind of talk about what's going on right now in the rest of the market. So let me just pull that up, and let me also get my head out of the way just a little bit. I just realized I'm super big on the screen right now. I'll just go down here. Hopefully that's not in the way of anything. Okay, so right now what we are looking at is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it had a nice little pop to the upside, a little over 270, and there's a good chance that today we're going to hit all-time highs on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And then if you go to the S&P 500, these are major indexes in the stock market. The S&P 500, the top 500 stocks, check all-time high yesterday, or Friday, I guess you can say, for the market open. I mean, really solid day. It's a full green candle. You don't see that all the time. But you can see basically the market opened and then just kind of went higher all day long and then closed at an all-time high. And then again with the NASDAQ top 100 index, it's the same thing right there. We had a breakout on Friday, a really clear breakout, and then we held our highs as well. Now the crypto market, the reason I want to talk about that is because the crypto market is really doing a little bit of the opposite. Now Bitcoin is stronger than basically all other alts lately, so Bitcoin's holding up pretty good, but there is a big disconnect between the stock market and the crypto market in terms of altcoins. So a lot of the altcoins are at all-time lows, while the stock market is at all-time highs. And then fundamentally, all these projects, not all of them, but I would say a significant amount of the projects of the top probably 50 coins, anywhere from, I don't know, 10 to 50, are doing very well. I mean, if you just check out, fundamentally what, anything from Neo to Ethereum to EOS are doing, they're all, I mean, or even XRP, they're always bringing on new partnerships. The projects are growing, the ecosystems are growing. so just in general, there's a big disconnect, I would say, between the fundamentals and the general pricing of all the cryptocurrency. And then, yeah, so I think there's definitely a disconnect there. So that's why I'm thinking that we might be at some sort of yearly bottom, potentially all-time bottom for now. And let's dive into that a little bit more. And the first one I want to do is, or the first one I want to talk about, like always, typically is Litecoin, because I love trading Litecoin. To me, it always moves a bit more than the rest of the market. And I just, these positions we can get out of it are just really nice. So this year, 2019, we had, we started basically at an all-time low, and then we really rallied hard. I think it was like 500% rally for Litecoin. This one says 450, but yeah, so really, really strong. I don't know where I started. Probably didn't start on the right day. But yeah, just in general, 400 plus, 450% rally, super, super huge rally. And then we started having this pullback. And now this pullback has been quite aggressive. A lot of these altcoins are down, 70%. Litecoin is down, one of the stronger ones as well, 67%, which is huge. Ethereum's a little bit less. I think Ethereum's like in the high 50s or something like that in terms of pullback. Yeah, 58, high 50s. So huge, strong pullbacks. And now, now you're kind of wondering, or at least I'm wondering, how much further are we going to go? Are we going to see kind of a double bottom maybe happening in terms of all-time lows? Or have we maybe reached some sort of all-time low? And I'm definitely betting on the former one a little bit. So I love day trading, and I was day trading this all the way down. And some of our best day trading were on these big dips, because I love day trading dips. It's one of my best patterns. And and now I'm constantly waiting for dips. This last week was a very slow week for me day trading. We didn't have a lot of volume. You could really see here on the daily chart, the volume has just been falling off a cliff. And every time I'm waiting for a dip, it just doesn't really happen that strong, right? I'm always waiting. I always had my limit order missed, like basically all last week by about 1% or something like that. There's just a lot more buyers in the market lately, I've been noticing. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had maybe another rally to the upside at this point. And we're already kind of seeing one today. If you look here, like if we go to the 4 hour, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. We had this pennant pattern, which really didn't really break out like a pennant pattern. We kind of kept fizzling. So if anything, this might be more of a just, first stair stepper pattern, which is kind of what I like looking at. Here we have general support, we have general resistance in this area, and we kind of tethered along in between it. And these were all interesting day trading opportunities, but a lot of them I missed simply because I was being way too bearish. I was just kind of waiting for these further dips. I always had an order here at 55, and we always kind of got stopped. The price always got stopped crashing at around, let me zoom in a little bit. I just noticed it's kind of hard to see, sorry. The price always got stopped around, the $66 area. Wait, no, that's not true. Hold on. Where am I looking at? Yeah, this 57. Yeah, it was like 66. That's not the price of Litecoin. So, yeah, this $57 area was really strong. You could see all these little wicks just constantly touching it. Boom, 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 boom. And then right over here, we weren't even able to touch, and we've been kind of rallying ever since. So, are we going to get rejected off this kind of $60 area? Right now, we're having a little pullback, but I really think we might see a really strong rally by the end of the day, maybe latest tomorrow if we do break out. And that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. I'm not really sure if we're going to get a big fat crack to the downside. I originally wanted a big fat crack to the downside, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So, we might be positioned for a nice little rally. And if that does happen, that could be a 20%, 30% rally, really short term. And what I wanted to, kind of talk about a little bit more is if that rally happens, is this going to be a rally for new yearly highs? So are we going to, so right now, let me just take out this, the year began right here, January, right around here. And then we kind of had this first rally to the upside, got rejected near former a long-term support and resistance levels. Then we came back down here. We got supported off of these long-term support levels that we saw last year around September and November. And then, is this going to be a new bottom? Are we going to break through all these resistance levels and kind of make our way to the upside? Is this kind of that last stop along the way? or are we going to pull down further? You know, the market doesn't move linear. The market always bounces and you know, kind of makes stair-stepper patterns. So we have higher highs, right, and then lower lows, and that's basically a bull trend in a nutshell. So right now, are we in one of those higher lows? If I just take out my little pencil again, here you can see this would be one low, this would be another low, this would be a high, right? And then the other high would be, you know, eventually, I always like to look for shoulders, and this would be a shoulder, for example, right here. It's where if you look to the left, when is the last time there's major price, either resistance or support, and I would say right here. That's a really not so good circle. Let me just move that a little bit to the left, about right here. And then, so, you know, this rally could go somewhere around this area pretty easily, I would say. And that will kind of continue this chart pretty well. So yeah, maybe the next stop for Litecoin, for example, is 225. That could be a very, very realistic price point, somewhere around 200. But under 250, so around that 225. So that's really what I'm looking at right now. And to really change up some of my trading styles to reflect this a little bit is I want to do a little bit less day trading, mainly because I believe right now the market is switching a little bit in direction. And I usually don't try to time the market. You know, as a day trader, a lot of people think my job is predicting which way the market is going, and that is absolutely not true. As a day trader, you just take calculated risk reward. You take your profits quickly and you cut your losses even quicker. And that's really all trading is. It's just calculated risk reward. And you know, with swing trading, it's a little bit harder because now you're kind of trying to predict the market, right? You're trying to find these lows. You're trying to find where long-term support and resistance is, and then, you know, hopefully make some good moves in between. Now, a way to swing trade and invest in a very safe way is simply average into the market, and that's what we do with our Crypto 52 challenge, where every Tuesday we buy into the market at whatever price it is. Now, I do want to start opening a few swing trades around this area though, and if the market does pull back, which, you know, could entirely happen, I'm not saying, you know, the market now is a full bullish mode. If the market does pull back a little bit, we could even add a bit more to our position, but I'll probably be opening our positions, you know, right now. So there's also a few more things I want to talk about is if you guys want to see my whole entire portfolio, let me just go here. 1 second. If you guys want to check out my portfolio, I changed a few things on crypto.enzlo.com a little bit, where I document all of my trades basically in real time. You guys can see everything happening. The Discord chat is really where everything happens in real time, and then, you know, a few hours later it'll get documented on this site. But if you guys want to see what's going on, you can check out my allocation and open trades. This way you guys can see all of my stuff and also get my watch list every morning. I make 5 watch lists per week. Every morning is the first thing I do. After a little workout and a coffee, I make my video. They take around, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, usually depending on how much there is to talk about. So you guys can kind of see what it's all about, and then here's the video. So that's really what this is all about. So if you want to learn more about this, you know, just put in your information here and you'll learn what it takes to get started. There's a 7-day free trial right now, Halloween special, if you guys are interested in checking that out. And then you can see my portfolio allocation. Let's just click on it so you guys get an idea of what that looks like. It's going to be updated every week. This is the current update. You can see what I'm holding, then you can see the open trades, and you can understand why these trades are open, and you know, what my entries are, what my ideal exits are, so where my exit limit order is waiting. You can see all that right now. Yeah, okay, that's basically a little recap of what I wanted to talk about for that. Now, there's a question that did come in from Romano, I hope I'm saying that your name right. Basically, you're wondering about Tron a little bit. So let me just scroll down. I just opened that up not too long ago. You're wondering, you know, what do I think about Tron? We didn't really talk about if you were asking me about technicals or whatnot, but you did mention the DEX, decentralized exchange a little bit. So I guess there's a bit of fundamental questions involved as well. To be honest, I don't know that much about the Tron project. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have not been following it whatsoever, so I can't really comment on that. I was looking it up a little bit before this video, but I just simply didn't have the time to, fully educate myself. So what we're going to focus on in this video is I'll make a little, I'll do a little bit of technical analysis and check out what I think about the price, and then we will dive into the DEX, I think I'm saying that right, the DEX McAfee decentralized exchange, which is from McAfee. So always kind of some interesting stories going around that exchange. He's always up to something, and it launches November 8th. And one of the cryptos they're adding to the exchange, one of the first cryptos they're adding is Tron. So there's definitely a correlation between the DEX exchange, which the big reason there's a lot of news around it is because it's decentralized. There hasn't really been too much activity in that space, especially anything mainstream. I mean, I don't trade on any decentralized exchanges, and I don't know any traders that do. So there's a massive market out there, and also the crypto fees themselves are just absurdly high. So I've been even trying to trade a little bit less just to avoid the fees, because these 0.1% fees as a maker is just, it's pretty excessive. When you're trading position sizes, our day trades as of October have been around $11,000 per entry and exit. Now we just took about $4,000 out of our crypto account, so they're all a little bit lower right now. But you get the point. I mean, it's pretty expensive. So I'm spending around $23 per day trade, which is a lot, because when you trade equities, it's free. So it's a little absurd. Anyway, let's just zoom in on this chart a little bit. I'll stop my rambling. There's just a lot to talk about. So I think right here in this 0.055 area, we've had multiple touches. So I want to just kind of identify this area. I think it's quite an interesting little spot to talk about. So let's just zoom in a little bit and identify more things in this area and see, is this area really that interesting? So again, this is 0.058, just about 0.057, I would say. You can see we got rejected here a few times. We had a fake out in this area, but then eventually we did break here to the upside, had a big rally, and then one of our first crashes actually happened in this area. And I'm thinking about maybe pulling it down a little bit, but you kind of get the point. Right in this area between 0.054 to maybe 0.058, there's definitely a big support zone. Now, it doesn't have to be super accurate. These support and resistance lines are just to give you a general idea where there's support and where there's resistance. It doesn't mean like this exact number is the critical point. You also have to remember, people are looking at Tron from many different fiat currencies. So everyone has different round numbers. And typically when you trade stocks, round numbers are very important in terms of, potential reversal or pivot zones. So you don't really have that with crypto as neatly. Anyway, we broke out. We broke down from this area. We kept on getting rejected from this area, and then we broke out again. We came back, bounced off of it, had a bounce off that, and again, a few bounces, low volume, and eventually this price crashed under this level and kept on going down. So it seems like a pretty significant area, and I do want to go ahead and identify potentially two more areas. It seems like this area has a lot of support, and then right under this area, actually, again, was originally, it seems like, a lot of resistance. So I want to kind of identify this area as well as a big support zone. So now if we come a little bit further over here, let's see where the price is now. So let's zoom in again. This is a daily chart, by the way, guys, daily chart right now. All right. So so now we're zoomed in again, and I'm just kind of looking like right here, it really seems like a little interesting support zone. It's not as long term, but I just kind of want to go ahead and identify that right in this area. It's definitely some really good support. So the blue lines are long-term support and resistance, and our green lines are more mid to short term. I usually put them on the 15-minute or the hourly or the 4-hour chart, just to identify those shorter term support zones, because those are sometimes really nice areas for potential entries. And you can see what I mean here by potential entries. The price really comes down, and if you bought on this support line, there's a good chance you could sell near this big resistance line where in the past has been a pivot zone. So anywhere from any entry in this area and then sell somewhere in the highs. Even if you entered here, you could already be selling for 6% profit. So great day trading opportunities for sure. But now let's kind of get back on track and talk about is Tron potentially a good entry. Now, if you believe in the Tron project fundamentally, if you think this project is making a lot of progress, you believe in the team, you've done your due diligence, and this is something you personally want to invest in. I personally have not done my due diligence in Tron, so I really couldn't answer a lot of that stuff. But if you believe in this project, I would actually go ahead and say this is a really interesting time to invest, because we've proven that there's big support in this zone, and we've also broken above this zone with big volume. Those are two very bullish indicators. If there's a lot of resistance above and you just can't break above it, that's obviously a bearish indicator, right? It means there's a lot of sellers there. But if you break through that with enough buyers and then you bounce back to that level and it bounces off that, that's a very bullish signal. It means buyers broke through that resistance level with a lot of volume, so there's a lot of buyers there. And then when the profit taking happened, there was new buyers waiting there. The sellers were gone, but there's new buyers. The people that didn't get in time are waiting there to pick up the Tron at that price, which means there's clearly a reversal. Sorry guys, I'm trying to talk fast. There's a lot to talk about, and I don't want this video to go on too long. But you get the point. So we had a breakout from this area, we had a pullback, and now it looks like, there's some accumulation going on. So I think Tron could be a really interesting long-term play. I personally would have to do a lot more work on some, checking out, is this something I'd actually want to invest in? But yeah, I think in terms of a trade, in terms of a pure technicals trade, this would be a pretty interesting entry. If the underlying asset, so Tron, was a solid project. So, something to really think about. So what we talked about already is a little bit of Bitcoin. Actually, we didn't really talk about that. Let me dive right back into Bitcoin a little bit. We talked about how there is a fundamental disconnection, I would say, between the price of a lot of the altcoins and the project fundamentals. So they're kind of separating a little bit, as in the projects are just getting better and better. There's more partnerships, more growth, the teams are growing, but then the actual price just has been going down for basically for several months, ever since that kind of rally that we had earlier this year. So, maybe there's going to be a turning point. Not to mention crypto, a lot of the alts are near very big sell-offs, about 70% off the all-time highs the yearly highs, while the stocks are at all-time highs. So there's definitely also a disconnect there. With Bitcoin, what was that, 2-3 weeks ago, we had this ascending channel, which is a very bearish pattern. We broke down from that, but then a lot of buyers came in here, big volume, kind of supported this midterm support area, and then we bounced off that really nicely. Now we're kind of holding our highs pretty well. I've been waiting to increase some of my entries in this area, and we did it twice actually. We bought twice and added to our long-term Bitcoin position, so that was pretty nice. But I think there really is a good chance, if we keep holding this and we continue consolidating to the side, who knows how long the consolidation will go for, but I think there's a really good chance that we're gonna potentially break out to the upside here, because this descending triangle pattern, which is a bearish pattern, really didn't hold that strongly. So if you would see this whole entire pattern on like a 15-minute chart, I would actually be kind of interested to trade it to the upside, simply because this pattern didn't really hold that true. And yeah, we'll have to see what's going to happen. I mean, for now, there could be a lot of chop in this area, and I typically don't trade Bitcoin. I just kind of like to accumulate every week. So it's really kind of a guessing game what's going to happen. And ultimately, like I said, guys, traders aren't here to predict the market. We just like to find risk reward. And to me, there's definitely good, solid support right here. So I think any sort of entry in this area could be quite interesting for a swing trade or something like that. But ultimately, we're not going to be day trading ourselves. What I am going to be doing, like I said, is just continue our accumulation with our Crypto 52 challenge, where every Tuesday we allocate into the Bitcoin, or into the Bitcoin. I was going to say into the Bitcoin market, which doesn't really make sense either. But yeah, we just accumulate Bitcoin. Also, like I said, that portfolio tab, if you guys want to check out what my current holdings are, it does not reflect the Crypto 52 challenge. It's only my trading portfolio, so it's a little bit different. So it's just one part of my portfolio, but it's ultimately what we talk about all the time on this video. And I think that's really everything. Actually, whoa, I completely forgot one last part. No, actually, I didn't. I did not forget anything. Okay, so that is everything for this video, guys. I'm happy you guys tuned in. Remember, if you guys have any questions, ask me ahead of time, and I'll incorporate it in this video, in this live stream. Yeah, I wish you guys an awesome start of the week, an awesome Monday. Stay safe, everyone, and make some awesome trades. Till next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.